Thank you. And Jon Stine calling in from the States, and it's a pleasure to meet you all. Um, a career in technology and a career in retail, which led after 30 plus some years to the opportunity to found and help lead the Open Voice Network. The Open Voice Network is a nonprofit, a neutral industry association. It's about 5 months old. Again, centered in the States, but worldwide in its ambition, worldwide in its membership, worldwide in its participation, dedicated to bringing standards to the world of voice assistance, and standards that could be in the standardization, let's say, of the components of how you build voice assistance, standardization in the approach to security and privacy, standardization in bringing governance to the what is right now a kind of a wild, wild west, if you will, of voice assistance. This is a critical time for voice, and we've been talking here in this conversation here recently about retail, and Amir spoke very well to the need for voice, or the opportunity for retailers to be using voice in this time of pandemic, and especially as the consumer behavior, the consumer value proposition has shifted dramatically worldwide to great interests in personal safety, as well as making sure that the availability of products. Where are products? How can I get them? Where are the products that I most need? Cleansers, things in Western Europe and North America, toilet paper, for instance. All these issues that have really shifted dramatically the shape of retail lends to the need to be voice first, touch free, both in operations, that is touch free for the employees who are picking and packing digital orders, for instance, touch free for the consumers who are looking for ways, not touching screens, not touching, in a sense, their own personal smartphone at times, looking for ways to be also then to the question, how do we become more secure? How are we safer in our data arena? How are we very safe digitally, if you will? Voice, brings with it unique challenges, as we all are aware. It's an extraordinarily rich vein of, it offers an extraordinarily rich vein of data. It's not only what you say, but it's how you say it. That is the emotion, the sentiment of what you say can be heard now. So they're just, at that very least, there are the two critical facets: what you say and how you say it. It's also a biometric, that is, the voice print can be used to identify us with some 99% accuracy. Yes, it can be counterfeited, but truth be told, we can find out who we are through biometrics. And then it's also what we know as a biomarker. That is, voice can be used to diagnose Parkinson's disease, COVID, psychiatric illness. There's any number of illnesses, both physical and mental, which can be diagnosed, or at least the research suggests, coming from places like MIT and Harvard and others, that can be diagnosed through voice. Given these, it's what you say, it's how you say it, whether it's emotional or it's angry, it's sad, it's slow, it's hesitant. The fact that it's a biometric, it can identify you. The fact that it provides biomarker opportunities to be able to say, yes, this individual is either healthy or not. The protection of data in voice becomes ever more critical. There are many more layers to the protection of voice, and the demands upon both the privacy of the data, protecting that privacy, and the security of that data. Right now, the Open Voice Network is in a major study of what are the voice-specific issues of privacy and security, which can and should lead to some form of standardization to ensure that we respect the rights of privacy for the individual. And we also advance the values, we promote the values of privacy to ensure a very secure environment, given what you say, how you say it, biometric, biomarker. So that was a long-winded answer, and my apologies. But again, Open Voice Network dedicated to the development of standards, working worldwide, and this question of data privacy critical for all of us in the world of voice.
Thanks, John, for your insight. I have a few questions, John. When it comes to smart city solutions or smart home solutions, or we have seen a lot of hacking being done from the hackers. And taking an example of our platform, the products like Alexa, or Siri. I just want to understand where we see an opportunity for a startup like a Tukuoro to play a major role in terms of providing a secure product.
Them whatever they asked.
Hello? John, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible. The role of Tukuoro in this future, I think, is extremely bright. And I'll speak to the great work that Amir and his team have done, as well as the future for all independent approaches to voice. The question at the core of it, for all of us, and whether we are a retailer, a homeowner, an enterprise, a Fortune 50 enterprise, large or small, is one of data ownership, data use. That is the critical question for all of us. Do we wish to share or just give away, in several cases, do we wish for, let's call it third-party platforms, proprietary platforms, voice providers? Do we want to give away our data to proprietary platforms? Is it a price we're willing to pay? And if we are a homeowner, if we are a business, if we are any kind of enterprise, data about how we live our lives, data about how we go about our business, data about the daily life we lead, most of us consider that to be private. It's my data, it's your data, it's Amir's data, it's all of us on the phone, it's our data. That's a critical question. Whose data is it? Is it someone else's just to take, or is it ours to own and then to use? And the leadership of independent voice providers such as Tukuoro takes us in a direction that declares and says, this data is mine. This data within retail is mine. This data within my enterprise is mine. This data we own, as opposed to just giving it away. It starts in the critical question, and why the future is so bright for independent voice assistants such as Tukuoro gets to the central question of data ownership.